Hello and welcome to Ohgiemart Gaming. We're on episode 4 of this challenge, and you see before you an incredible act of physics. Yes, that's 25,000 pounds or liters, however you want to measure it, of grass loaded onto an ATV and a little trailer. I happen to come upon a very nice contract which does not exist right now. Oh, right here. There it is. Grass. They're going to pay me $2,000 for 41,000 liters of grass. And I've got 15 hours, I believe, to do it in. Well, I happen to have a whole bunch of bales of grass all ready to go. And it was quite a bear of a trip trying to bring this down here. And in fact, I got to see if I can bring it to this sales point here without it dying on me here. Now this worked fine, getting it all the way down here, and then I saved my game, and now it seems to be glitching on me. Who knew it would glitch with this much overweight on there, right? I think it's some of the realism mods I have on for the weight balance and the tipping and vehicle stability things. Now this is supposed to be where we can sell. Aha! That's sold. Now let me see if I can get these straps off. That's sold. Aha! Now, did that work? Yes! 79%. So, time to go figure out where the rest of that is. Should have some up on my property. Let's turn the lights on. So I think many times you've experienced getting into a game and saying, oh, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to try this next, and oh yeah, this will be next. I've kind of run into a little bit of a roadblock. All the things I thought I'd be able to do, well, the money just kind of ran out a lot quicker than I thought it might. So now I've got to rethink things a little bit. I was thinking I could take a baling contract, get some money, and, oh, by the way, get some stuff for my cows. Problem with that is you need to have some means of baling. And I could put things all in wrappers. I mean, all in bales, but I can't wrap them because I don't have a bale wrapper. And check out my money situation lately. I only have like $7,000 or $8,000. It's not going to be enough to get a new bale wrapper. So I'm going to have to change some things up. I'm going to be looking at some drastic sales of things I have. I've been really trying to look at the farm and say, what do I really need here? And what can I sell or get rid of? You'll notice over here on the left-hand side, I've got myself a well that I put in and a small water carrier because I realized my poor cows were not getting any food. I mean, water. I had some hay for them, but no water. Funny how animals kind of need water to survive. So figured I'd fix that all up. And I bought this tractor partially to experience another electric vehicle. I love the lights on it. And partially because I needed something with forks. I have found something else I might use instead of this large tractor. I don't know how many bales I need. I had 25,000 down there. So I need about 15,000 liters here. So these are 2,000 liters per bale. These are Heston bales. So if I put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I think I need 3 rows of this. And we should be good to go. Strap that in. When we're talking about pushing the weight limits of things, I don't want to take a risk. I want to strap that in before it goes anywhere. So if you're just tuning into this series, this is a Farm Sim 22 challenge designed by Rustymoney Gaming. He has a whole Facebook page, a group, designed around people posting challenges. Oh, nobody saw that, right? Oh, that's not good. These challenges are all something to try in the game. I mean, none of this is mandatory in the game of Farm Sim. If you're new to Farm Sim, I like to think of it as adult coloring with tractors, because really you're changing the color of the landscape, growing crops, tilling soil, and you're going round and round and round. You're tracing the outside, then coloring in the inside. It's very therapeutic, very nice, mellow. But sometimes people get in the mood of like, you know what? I've planted that, I've harvested it, I planted it, I harvested. I've done that like 9,000 times. I want something different. That's where these challenges really come in handy, because they give you, yes, pretty much the same tools in the same game, but your goals and what you're trying to accomplish are totally different. In this game, in this particular challenge, we're trying to start an off-grid dairy. And I've probably done things a little bit more extreme than I need to, but I am enjoying the challenge. Oh, don't knock that over again. Because I'm dealing with equipment and ways of doing things that I've never done before. First of all, I haven't done cows primarily before. That's going to be new to me. I'm still learning about cows, and I guess the cow barn that we have to start with is not ideal in that it doesn't allow for manure, which would have been, off-grid. I would have liked to have the manure option, simply because, I don't want to have to go out and buy commercial fertilizers and stuff. I mean, if I'm going to go off-grid, let's go all the way. That's why I've restricted myself to only electric vehicles, other than if I have a diesel vehicle, I have to be able to produce my own diesel. So yes, I do have that little ATV. But when that's out of gas, it's out of gas until I can make some. So I need to be able to buy a diesel factory and get that set up on my land. And I also need to be able to get the components of the diesel factory going, which I believe are sunflowers, and I'm not sure what the other component was. I'll have to check on that. Well, obviously you can see I don't have any harvesters or anything. I don't even have a way, I'm trying to restrict myself so I don't lease anything and I don't borrow any equipment. So I've got to probably find contracts where they're harvesting sunflowers and whatever the other component is. Tell me that's on there. That looks good enough. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have one too many on there. I don't know what's going to happen to any extras, because this is like a major bulk contract type deal. So I really don't want to risk losing. I know it's only 2,000 liters of grass, but once I get a bale wrapper, that'll turn into silage, and I really don't want to lose that because I have so little to work with right now. All right, we got it all strapped up. Let's bring this down to that sales point, get that contract finished up, and bask in the glory of a whole $2,000. Yay! So I'll take a little break right here and catch up with you once I get to the sales point. All right, we made it up here. You may have noticed as I was driving that the time, that 2,300 hours. We're doing a midnight sales run here. Supply. Oh, it did sell the extra bales. Okay, I'll take the extra money. I don't mind that. In fact, $300 for part of a bale. That might be something I need to explore further. So that contract is done. Let's complete it. There's 2,000. So I have that baling one I'd like to do. And these other items I don't have any surplus of at all. So really, this is the only way I have of making money. And I'm worried that this contract is going to go away before I can actually accept it. I have all the equipment I need, I think, other than the wrapper. I need some way to wrap it. Oh, wait, they want me to TED it and bale it. I can take that right now because I happen to have a tedder and a baler. I don't have a convenient way of hauling this. And field 48 is right where? 48 is right over here. That doesn't look bad. In fact, why don't I drive down there and check out that field to see if we could do a baling contract? That would be very nice. Not only does it give us money, it also gives us some hay, which we've been feeding to the cows. Ultimately, I'd like to get TMR, but I need some equipment for that. But I'm worried that if I don't take that contract before midnight, that contract may go away. So in a way, I'm kind of doing this Cinderella glass slipper thing. The bells are starting to chime, and I'm trying to beat the clock here before my carriage turns into a big old fat pumpkin. And what field was that? That was 40 something. Oh, it's obviously not these sunflowers. I would definitely like to harvest those sunflowers for somebody, but I don't have the equipment to do it, and I'm not borrowing. So what do we got? What field was it? 48. 48 is the next field up. It's the smaller of these two grass fields. All right, here's the divider. A little bit of a hill, but you know what? I can bang this field out in minutes. It is a low expected yield, but we'll take it. Give us a job, sir. We're up to it. Accept the contract. Now we need to go get our stuff. I'm going to use my little tractor because I'm becoming a huge fan of this. And I'm starting to hear from people who are also doing this challenge that the more they use this little tiny tractor, then the more they're falling in love with this thing. It slices, it dices, it does all that you would think it would be lovely to do. I haven't really found too many limitations with this thing. Obviously, there's got to be a power drop-off at some point, and I'm not going to win any Grand Prix or anything. Although it does have some nice pick up and go. I got to come back for the baler and the windrower. I don't know, part of me is thinking that I could probably get away without doing the windrowing, but it's so much quicker when you take the time to windrow. So here's the thinking. I need a wrapper. So I need that money. That's, I think, 55,000. Because I'm using special Heston bales, I have to go with the special wrapper that comes with the Heston bale mod. So I've got 55,000 I need for that. And if you look up there, that measly 10,000 is not going to cut it for that. I don't suppose, can I cut across this field? This looks like I can cut across here. Hopefully that meets up. Otherwise, I'm running through some people's fields here eventually. Looks like it meets up. So I've got to get a baler for 55. I would like to get something to plant, like some grass seed at least. And if I remember right, there was a nifty little lawn planter here on sale. That would be in the marketplace. Let me see where it is. Right here. This little grass roller, it says weeder too. It can't do all of it, but it does show here that it can plant some cover crop, it can plant grass and canola. And I think canola is one of the things I need for the diesel plant. But see, this doesn't give me any information. So this is kind of a gamble. I almost have enough money for this one. Other than that, there's a roller here, but I don't think I need that. I would love to get this header so I can harvest canola, but I need 17 for that. So 55 plus that header is about 20, so it's 75. I need some money. So the other tractor I bought, that other battery-powered tractor, currently has a value of 84,000. And 84,000 seems to be around the ballpark I was just talking about to get a planter, or a seeder rather, for grass at least. And also fix up some of the needs I have with some of the other parts of this farm. I am losing the loader arm and the forks, which, as you can see, I used to great effect trying to load up that ATV. So I got to figure out a way to do that. Now, I think I saw a mod, and I don't know if it was Rusty that shared this or I saw it on another streamer. But there's a mod that just came out this last week where you can buy these forks that go right onto the 3-point hitch, and you don't have to have an arm, and they articulate and stuff. So it's really kind of cool. I played around with that a little bit off camera, and that is definitely going to be a solution for our bale carrying needs. I don't think I'm going to be able to triple stack things up like I did just a little bit ago. That was kind of crazy, though. Talk about some insane physics. I do find it interesting that I was able to drive that ATV with a fully loaded trailer all the way down to that sell point and save the game. But then when I loaded the game back up, all the physics were like, no, dude, you really shouldn't have been able to do this. So very fortunate to have taken a minor exploit and use it, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm kind of making this challenge pretty tough so far in terms of sticking to just the electric vehicles, which I've done so far so good. But I'm also not progressing anywhere near like some of the other challengers who are doing this. I think we're up to, 5 or 6 people now doing this off-grid dairy challenge. We have some people who are doing lots of lumbering to build up the capital to really do the cows. We've got some other people who've already planted a nice field of grass or two. I think I even heard somebody's doing sweet potatoes down by the sugar mill, which seems totally logical. The downside is, of course, the harvesters and stuff cost so much, but a lot of people are doing leasing as well. I'm going to be kind of role-playing this like, nope, This farmer who's off grid is off grid. I do not want to be plugged into anything, not beholden to anybody. Although I do think I have a loan, because that's how you start the game, is with a loan. And I want to start making some payments daily on that. But I also would like to have some form of income where there's some money coming in. Because right now, I don't have a whole lot of means. My cows are young. I bought them cheap. Oh, that's another way of getting some income. I bought a trailer and I loaded it up with 7 cows, I believe. And I'm going to let those 7 cows just keep propagating, and more cows will come in through propagation. And that's how I'm going to build up my herd of cows. And I'm not going to need animal transport until I have too many cows. At that point, I would hope that I had sold some milk or processed some milk or somehow gained some money from all those cows. So I have that animal trailer. I'm going to take a financial hit on it by selling it. But that's, I want to say, somewhere in $18,000 range in terms of its value right now. So that would be nice. That puts me up almost to $100,000 if I sell my extra equipment. And you can see right now on the top right, I have 10,000. I'll bring this 4,000 more. I'm just, people fantasize about winning megabucks. What am I going to spend that millions of dollars on? So as I'm sitting here just mowing some grass, you're listening to me just fantasize about, all right, $100,000. How do I do this? Definitely could use a wrapper, because that gets me silage, which of course can improve sales. That little ATV in the trailer, that's a nice little trick. In fact, I'm wondering how many bales this job is going to produce, and how many bales I can realistically put on that ATV before it doesn't want to go anymore. But we're going to find that out pretty shortly here. In the long range, oh, by the way, it is nighttime. I did spend some nighttime mowing and baling up some of the grass around the sugar plant. So that I have bales down there ready to be wrapped. Another push for me to get a wrapper. So I'll have some money there. I think I have enough hay for my cows for the winter. And I think you get like 3 grass cycles a year. Now my grass production isn't going to be terribly good because I haven't plowed up my fields, I haven't lined them, I haven't fertilized them. I haven't done any of that stuff. So that's going to be probably the next harvest year or maybe even later. Because I'm just not going to have the machinery I need. So I'm working with what I have and trying to pace it. Normally in Farm Simulator, it's kind of ironic. You have a game where you are going to spend lots and lots of time doing stuff. And yet there's still that sense of instant gratification. Like, man, I want that $10,000 right now for that job. But the reality is, you try doing this stuff in real life. Even this little field I'm working on, it's going to take a whole lot more than the 10-20 minutes it's taken here on screen. And I think we kind of forget that sometimes, that, in real life, farmers are out there on this equipment for days on a field to get it processed. And we try to do like half of a map all in 20 seconds or less. So if anything, this series has helped me enjoy the slow roll a little bit and kind of enjoy the little piecemeal. If I think of it as every day, how much did I make? that puts it in perspective. I mean, I don't know how many of you are making $6,000 a day, especially farming. I doubt any of us are, unless you really have a super big operation. So when we think about this game and going, okay, one game day, I only made $10,000. Seriously? That's all you made? Oh, you poor baby. I know there was a point in time in my life within the last decade, my tax returns were saying, yeah, you're not making much over $10,000 a year. Like, cool. All right, well, I know what that's like. Can imagine in this farming simulator having all this equipment and saying, you know what, I'm going to use that. There's a series on YouTube. A gentleman calls himself Ringworm, and maybe I'll put a link to it down in the description. It's a really enjoyable series where a gentleman decided that he was going to live pretty much out in the woods, got some land with a friend of his, and he has spent 2 years out in a very frigid climate living off the land for the most part. Now, don't get me wrong, the guy does have some source of money, whether it be followers of his show or some other means, because some of the equipment he has isn't cheap and it isn't free. But he does shop around. He does try to get the bargains and deals and buys up used nails and used screws from local used housing places. So that's kind of cool. But the big thing I like out of this is the guy wakes up every morning out in the woods and says, okay, what do I want to do for me today? We're so busy working for other people all the time and then trying to find our me time. This guy does it the other way around. He just finds his me time every day and says, what am I going to do today? And he does it all pretty much with a chainsaw. And he has some battery operated tools. So he'll have like a battery operated joiner to get some logs that he cuts up nice and flat. What else does he have? He's got hammers and, you know, obviously all the hand tools. But he's built so many cool things just with a chainsaw. And, you know, after watching all of his episodes over the last few years, and then looking at the economy in this game, I like the slow roll now. I know some people like the big, you know, flat American maps, and they're huge, and you got these machineries that are almost half a football field long. And I notice now that it's just starting to rain. And if I remember, harvesting anything in the rain gives you a decrease in how much you're getting for it. I mean, how much income how much harvest you have. But in this case, we got to do it because this is what we have. So I've got that all done. I'll bring these parts up to the house. I think I can go down here. I had to get my bearings for a second. So let me cut out here, and I will catch back up with you once I get the equipment back down to the field. Hopefully I can get some of it harvested before the rain really starts. We're screaming around at 22 miles an hour. Going down into the teens now, going up this hill. But I'd be curious to see how much of the job this gives me. I should have checked. Where are we at in status-wise? The job is... Oh gosh, it only says 20%. So mowing the job was 20%, maybe? We'll see when we cache this load in, because I don't think there's another full load. Uh, 21%. But it says it's completed? Okay, that was kind of strange. Those other bales are mine. I wonder how many of you have done the cardinal no-no. Whoops. I'll learn to drive here. The cardinal no-no on jobs where you close the contract before you actually go get the rest of the stuff off the field. I've done that so many times. So much wasted money and product out there. Now another thought is this little ATV here. Turns out it's just about the right size. It's a little undersized, but I mean I can get by with it on contracts. If I had to haul tons of grain and stuff, I don't know how well this would hold up though. At some point I really need to get a real trailer. But even if I sold like the ATV and the trailer, I don't think we're talking a heck of a lot of money here. I think it's $10,000 for the ATV and not quite as much for the trailer. Alright, let's go pick up the last few bales. I knew there wasn't a whole lot of bales left here. Maybe 3, 4? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, there's 6 bales here. Alright, I like baling contracts. I'm finding more and more on FS22 that the gold standard of doing fertilizer contracts, I don't know if I like those so much anymore. They don't seem to have the return that they used to in 19. Of course, there was some pretty broken gear in 19 too, where it spread like 3 ounces of fertilizer all over 10 hectares of field. Look at that for the international community. Yes, I just said so many ounces spread over hectares. Yeah, let's get that standard to metric thing going. Spent some time growing up in an area where French and English were both used often by the generations. It's kind of died out and gone almost all English now. But it was funny listening to people talk in the area where half of the sentence would be in English, the other half of the sentence would be in French. And I'm sure people who are bilingual, by the way, I applaud all of you. You have a superpower. I wish I had more of it. I've studied 2 or 3 different languages, but I've only been able to really mess up English. The rest, I haven't even got good enough to say I messed it up. It just, people can't even identify it's another language. So you'd hear someone curse and swear in English and in French all in the same sentence, and it's just, you knew they were really upset then because they couldn't even process which language they were thinking in at the time. And after spending, a decade or so living in that environment, I did. I learned some phrases that even now I have an emotion or a feeling I want to express, and I don't know how I would describe it in English, but I know what the French word would be that they used, and that's new to me. I mean, as a pretty much monolingual person, um, I guess I've seen so much value in knowing multiple languages because then you have other vocabulary. The problem is, do the people around you understand what that other vocabulary is? I mean, my girlfriend that I live with grew up in the same area, and she would understand all of it. She'd know exactly what I meant. But if I just use that term, let's say at the school or something, people will be looking at me funny, like, "What did you just say? What does that mean? What is that for?" All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, a nice 12,000 hay bales, 12,000 liters of hay bale plus change. I think it's 2,048 for the Heston bales. And you'll probably notice that I really am not being terribly careful with this load because I just want to get it loaded up and locked up. There we go. I'll bring that back up to the farm. But first, I want to go see what's going to happen with this tractor. How much money am I going to get? Because I can see the charge on it's going down still. I did not appreciate how quickly the charge goes down on this. It is nice to have an electric vehicle that has the loader on the front end. So I do appreciate that. I think it drives well. It's pretty hard to tip this over. Of course, I have the double wheels. But some tractors, their center of gravity is such that you just look sideways and your tractor flips over. Yes, Massey Ferguson's, I'm looking at you. I don't know why, but every time I'm in a Massey tractor on this game, I tend to tip it an awful lot. Oops. Of course, taking corners like that where I cut the corner, that doesn't help on tipping things. So let's see what we get. I don't know if you saw in the footage earlier. Oh, look, I've got my animal carrier here that I'm not going to use anymore either. So let's park this right next to it. But I did have some financial information come by. I had $666 in taxes, which is an ominous, well, it's not taxes, in interest. And of course, some people may agree that all interest on number 666 might apply really well. Let's sell this. They give me 13. So I had 666 in interest. I had like 67 in taxes or fees. And then I'm going to repair this for 215. Now, do I repaint it? I hear you get more money back value-wise. So this is already up to 91. Oh, 6,000 seems like a lot to repaint. Oh, somebody's going to yell at me that I should have repainted this, but you know what? I just don't want to risk it. So I'll take the 91 and say, yay, that's higher than it was. This one I'll repair as well. 71. Yeah, it went up a few bucks. It's not that much. I haven't put too many hours on these things. So the net total, I'm not even, oh, repair for $1. Ooh, it's 652. Yay, instead of 651. All right, so I got rid of all that. I'm now up to 124, which is better than I expected. And I need that wrapper. So let's go find, well, first of all, let's see if anything landed on the sales. Nope, nothing's landed on sales. Let's go to baling technology. No, I want bale wrappers. And this one right here, I believe it's a D1000 I have. Let me verify that that's what I do have. I have the D1000. So this is a special mod pack. The bales on it look really nice. There we go. Foil color, random foil color. How much does that cost? It's free. So that means every time we wrap one, we never know what we're going to get. Oh, that could be funny. No, let's keep it a solid color. White's easy to find. I hate it when they roll into the woods. I can never find the darn things. So this is 54,000. And just like that, we're back into poverty. Yes. What was the other thing I needed? Oh, I need that that fork. Where was that under? That was under bale loaders. And right here. I mean, look at the price. You can't complain about the price. And I don't know what the difference between a 4-prong and a 2-prong would be. And don't tell me, hey, one has 2, the other has 4. But I don't know in terms of picking up the bales, is there an advantage to 4? I mean, I suppose I can line them all up and pick up 2 at a time. But the vehicles I'm driving, I don't think I need more than a 2. I mean, I got little vehicles. If I need to buy another one, we're talking, these are cheap. And I don't know if I should buy one for the front, one for the back. But let's just see how that goes. Is there anything else here I could use? No. Although this trailer right here, that looks like a really nice upgrade to the little trailer I have. And the price is right, $1,500? Huh. I got a lot of money, but you know what? I think I need it for other things. I'm going to jump over to my wheeler and get that back up to the house. And then I'm going to go get our only trailer now and bring that up to the house. I'll bring it to the store. I'll get the wrapper and I'll get our new prongs and we'll give that a test drive and probably call this an episode. We got some stuff done, major changes in terms of changing over what we're going to do. It looks like I'm kind of going into waiting on the cows as my livelihood. In the meantime, I'll work my field if I get a chance, but I'm not plowing that thing up until I have a way to seed. Oh, that's what I wanted. Thanks for reminding me. I need that seeder. Where is that? Oh, let's see. It was on sale. Right there. Is there any? No, nothing else. Let's check this out. 11,000. I don't think I can go wrong with that. So, yeah, let's buy that because I don't want to lose it. I don't want that to disappear from the shop. And then this header over here, that's a TX32 header. For the New Holland TX32, let's see, what does that cost us? I'm assuming that would be going with this. No, it is not. Must be a mod. New Holland TX32 right there. Ooh, 55,000. Oh, let's definitely buy that header because I can get money back up to get this harvester. So now I've got a plow, I've got a seeder, I've got a harvester. That's good. You know what? My scores and stuff are going to be crappy environmentally. But hey, look at how we're starting off, man. This is awesome. All right, let's pick this up. It's not very big, but you know these fields are not huge anyway. So I don't have a problem with that. I will need some way to carry grain. So that is something to work towards. 40,000. I need to get up to 50,000, 55,000 for a new one of those. Hey, one goes on sale. Bonus. I was thinking I'd have to spend more like $100,000 on a harvester. I'm so excited that I can get one for around 50, 55, 60. All right, I think I can. I think I can. You know, this is all dependent on that little fork I bought, that little $500 fork, serving the same role as that big tractor with the loader arm and the big forks. This is such a gamble. Will it pay off? Oh, I should also get a stump grinder. Getting a stump grinder almost makes me feel I got to go the route that I've seen a few people go, and that is to buy up some land. You know, land is relatively cheap on this map. And I've seen some people hauling in some serious dough on some wood, which is nice. All right, where's my tractor? And we'll jump into that. How are we doing charge-wise? We have a charge. Wow, this thing just gets up and goes so nicely. I just got to play dodge stump whenever I harvest or work in that field. Oh, you know what? I don't think I picked up my bales at the sugar mill. I guess that's where I can test out the wrapper. I never checked the horsepower to see if this tractor has enough horsepower to even run that wrapper. All right, well, we'll do that. We'll test the wrapper. We'll test the fork. And then I can end the episode. Maybe off camera, I'll go ahead and bale up all the grass bales I have. Get those all stacked up someplace. Not really sure where. I don't know what time of year is best to sell those. I suspect it's not in September. It's probably more in January. And I'm probably going to bump the time up a little bit. I had it on level 1 here for most of this first day because I wanted to make sure. Do I have some? Yeah, I do have some bales right there. Let's go try this out. I have not tried this Heston bale and wrapping system. I was kind of surprised to see all this stuff over here. It's like, wait, there's a lot of junk here. Oh, let's put the fork on the front. That fork's so small, can I get to it? There we go. Now it's got that... Oh, I can move it. Look at that. Oh, but that's as high as I can go. I wonder how high I can stack the bales with that. Everything about this tractor is so cute. I mean, look at it. It looks like it's doing push-ups. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. That's so funny. Let me, oh, now I could kill somebody with that. Oh, let me go spike. Oh, I can't spike it yet. Let's, go to the back end and wrap this. All right, pick up that bale, please. Thank you. Horrible driver. Great job picking up the bale, though. Look at that. 2 bales conveniently stacked right here. And just like that, I'm assuming... Hey, wait. Oh, does it have an auto drop? Oh, it does. Let's turn auto drop on. I don't need to manually drop it. Oh, I like the pickup on here. You don't have to drive well. That's nice. This is satisfying seeing that I have grass now turned into silage. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Hey, if I get out of this vehicle, does it keep wrapping? Never checked that out. It does keep wrapping. Owned by me. It's grass and it's ferment. Oh, I still have to wait for it to ferment. Oh, interesting. All right. All right. So there's it's not instant silage. In a way, that's kind of good. This field gives me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It gives me 11 bales. And that's 2,000 per bale. So 22,000 on this field that is completely untended. And let's just check the charts on that. 22,000. So 22 times 157. Ugh. 22 times 157. So it's going to be adding a 0. That's about 3,000. Well, you know what? $3,000 for effectively neglected land. That's not too bad. So why don't we call this episode a wrap? I will catch up with you next time, where I will have all the bales up on the farm wrapped, and have to come up with some kind of game plan for, okay, you guys see the material we have. Maybe you guys have some options for me. We know we want to get that other harvester to go with the header we just bought. I think it's within reach. What was it, 55? Not a forage harvester. That was 55. So that's our target money for picking that up. We need to buy seeds. We need to buy fertilizer. So we're talking 15, 20, maybe $25,000 more. So maybe that's not feasible to hope to get an actual harvester this year. But, oh, we also picked up, what did we pick up over there? Oh, the cedar. So should I plant canola, expecting that within a season I can get the money I need to buy a harvester? That seems like kind of a lot of pressure. And I don't know what the canola growing season is on this map, but we've missed a window. Wow, that's a very, very small window. How about grass? Oh, you know what? We got a little bit to get grass in, but that's... oh, I'm sorry. Grass has to be planted today if we're planting grass. So I wonder if it's worth plowing up one of our fields, buying some seed, and planting one of our fields in grass, even though we can't fertilize it. We can't even scan it. Maybe it's better just to leave it as field grass for now. Meanwhile, I need some way to make money. My cows, they're worth 182 apiece. They're feeling productive. They're not producing milk yet because I don't think they've had their first round of puberty. Their health is down to 81%. I wonder if that's because I've had hay at 80% and no, oh, maybe I work on trying to get some TMR going. That would mean I need a field that has some kind of straw. And I know these big, wow, those are huge fields. I like big fields because you get a percentage of the field's harvest. So I don't mind put some time in. Oh, that's, oof. That would be a nice field because that's sugar beet, isn't it? But there's no way in heck I can do sugar beet harvester. Those are all monstrous. Even if I sold everything I have, I don't think I have 300,000 in equipment and barns and everything else. That's horrible. Now, wait, I think I have this. That's a header. That's for chopping off the tops. That's the topper. Now there's a harvester for 98. Now it just picks them up and pretty much spits them on the ground. Ooh. Hey folks, here's an idea. I could get one of these little tiny old-fashioned harvesters. Do a very small area, like maybe around the sugar mill in the front end, and just plant. This is a harvester. Can I plant? Do I have anything planting wise? That would be a planter. 15,000. That's not too bad planting size wise. I got 12,000, 4,000. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, so 4,500 plus. Oh, guys, this is exciting. 8,000. That seems like it might be doable to start a very small beet production. That's 20,000 out of the 40,000 here. Keep doing the hay and silage that I have, just natural field. Plow up an area to do with beets that's not terribly large. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. You guys have any other ideas for me? I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment if you have some ideas for me. I do want to check production-wise. What does that take? It takes beets. So we could do some sugar beets, and then we could do some cut sugar beets. I'll figure out how to do that. 5 cut sugar beets. I don't know what one beet produces in terms of cut sugar beets. Usually it's advantageous to do the second layer. But something to check out. Next episode. I really appreciate you tuning in, checking things out at Ohgiemart Gaming. We just try to do things a little differently, a little out of the box.